There's always been a curious question for me. So a client comes to you and they want to get, like, let's say TI plans done. How long does it take an architect to get that done usually? And the reason why I'm asking is this, because a lot of times when we're doing a deal and we're negotiating an LOI, especially as a tenant rep, landlords forget that there's a timeline between the signing of the lease and then getting the plans completed. That's kind of like just never talked about in the actual LOI. It's always like, well, you got this long to get the permit. Well, there's a little bit of a gap there between getting the permit and getting the plans ready for the permit.
Yeah.
So I've always been curious, like realistically, how long does it take to get something not as complicated, but let's say from your experience from like a Panda or your cannabis retail or Starbucks, like to get those plans ready once you get the go ahead, how long does that usually take?
It usually takes about 4 weeks to 6 weeks to prepare the plans.
Right, for submittal.
That's correct.
Submittal plans.
Yes.
Got it.
Including engineers, we coordinate projects with engineers, right? So it's 4 to 6 weeks, we have the plans that we can comfortably submit to the city for building plan check
Right.
review. Depends on the city, but usually another 3 to 5 weeks that it takes for the city to review the plans and project.
I didn't hear you correctly. Are you sure it takes only 3 to 5 weeks?
Depends on the city. City of LA, 3 months. But yeah, so that time, we try to ask them to expedite if they can, but so that's, let's say 5 weeks or so, right?
Right.
Then we get plan check corrections, and it takes us about a week to 2 weeks to
revise
the plans and go back in, and another 3 weeks for the city to review, and we hopefully get the building permit. So the entire process is about 3 to 4 months, probably.
Right. And the more complicated it gets, like drive-throughs, the more timelines that increase. And then if you have to jump through hoops of, let's say, planning department design review first, then it adds more time and more complications.
Yes.
When you're